Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. I wasn't going to make a video on this, but I went to save it to send it to the gentleman, and now I can't find it. I don't know what happened. So I'm going to make a video on it. He wants to engrave, and all he needs help with is this blue woman's head, and you can see it's a bitmap because of bounding block. He did state he only needs the head. He can reproduce everything else in the feathers. So we're going to go ahead and crop it out. So Corel won't have to trace all that other stuff. Just make sure you get everything and then crop it. Now you can see how huge the head is still, 53 inches. It's a huge file. So I'm going to reduce it down quite a bit. And then when I find out how big it is, I'm going to make my nudge factor that size. I'm going to make a copy of it and nudge it over here a couple of times in case I mess up. I'm going to trace bitmap, outline trace, and clip art. And I'm just going to not bump up the detail like I normally do and see what it looks like. I think that's what I did previous and it worked. This one's pretty easy. It's got a few, it might have a few graphic lines in it that come from tracing. I don't really understand what that is. And it does take a little bit of time because I could have reduced it in size a little bit more, but it's over halfway, 3/4 way, and it's done. And I'm going to leave it like that. And then I'm going to nudge it out of the way. And you can see it's a pretty good, it probably lost some detail, but I think that's a good thing for engraving it. And if the gentleman that's doing it, if he wants to do that and bump up the detail, I was just trying to make the video a little bit faster, and you could, I must have made a copy of that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete all this because this won't really come into play. We need to get, you can't just take and make this black. That's what you get. We need to make the blue parts black. And if we look with a yellow box trick, object, order, back a page, there are some whites and blues. So we need to get the blue out first. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take my white box away for a second. I'm going to open up, edit, find and replace. But this time I'm going to use find and replace, or replace object. I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to click right here. I'm choosing color. I want to find that blue and I want to replace it. And he'll have to decide whether he wants, well, he's an engraver, he's going to engrave it, so we're going to use RGB black. And I'm going to say replace all. It's going to take just a second. Look at that. That is ready to engrave with the exception it's got some white in it. So now let's do this, object, order, back a page, and see the white. This time I'm going to leave the white, the yellow box there. And I'm just going to find object this time. And I'm going to click on that white, and you can see I need to ungroup it. And I'm going to click on that white, and it should pull up white here. I'm going to, from selection, I'm going to find all. I am going to Control G to group them because I want to move them out of the way. A lot of times it won't move, but if you grab it again and then move it out of the way, all the white is gone and I can delete it. That should engrave quite well. Looking at the original, there are pieces of line missing on her head, but I think that's intentional with the logo. So whenever you do anything like this, or before I send it to a person I'm trying to help, I'm going to hit F4 on the keyboard. So if there's anything else I've left, I need to also group this together for him. Control G. If there's anything anywhere, it's not there because of this. And you can also, there's several other ways to check it. And I'm going to make it a little kind of bigger like it was. And I'm going to send it to him. He can do it now. And if he wants more detail, you know, when you engrave some places like this, I think he's doing it on a wine barrel. So maybe not so much detail would be the best. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.